All right, what is going on, everyone? It's me, Troy, and I'm here, of course, again in nature. There's a beautiful walking trail over this way, and then over here is like some tennis courts or pickleball courts. But anyway, I'm taking the opportunity, as always, to make sure that I come up here and talk about books. I can't believe I hadn't uploaded a video in about 2 weeks. I'd be looking at this stuff like, Dad, what the hell am I doing? I should be uploading a video because I like to come up here and do it. But anyway, so I'm here to talk about, I said I'm going to make this one simple. I'm here to talk about the fact that I'm sharing the book that I'm closing out the series of within the last 50 pages that I have remaining of the book that's going to be completed today. I just want this is for all the P.D. James, Adam Dalgliesh readers out there. Very far and in between where I actually come into contact with someone who's read these books and we can come in, to share our thoughts about them. But within my tenure here on the BookTube, I thought that was a cicada. But yeah, I am actually 50 pages away from the end of The Private Patient by P.D. James, and this is the last book in her Adam Dalgliesh series. This, just to lay this part out first, it has to do with Adam Dalgliesh investigating the murder of this journalist, this wealthy journalist, who had a scar upon her face that was delivered to her in her teenage years by her father. And then she goes to this rural hospital, or like a bit of convalescence, to have the surgery done, and then subsequently, as I say, settle down in convalescence and heal. But somebody ends up coming in to her bedroom in the suite in the middle of the night and strangling her, and that's where we are with The Private Patient. Classic P.D. James. I'm 50 pages from the end, and I cannot wait to go home and finish this book, even though I'm going to be left with a bed full of sorrows because this is the last book. And I think what I want to really express here in this video is how much of a growth I've received from reading the Adam Dalgliesh series, because previous to this, I only really focused on reading mystery books that had like a woman protagonist and lead. It was because for the most part, I really didn't like, I guess we can say, like this much more American pulp fiction, detective stories, noir stories, main male leads. I really never just kind of, once I was kind of hit with that thought that this is what a lot of these authors may try to, divest to when it comes to these characters. I never knew that there was something outside of that was worth every single bit of my concentration when it came to reading mysteries. And I found that in the character of Adam Dalgliesh. He completely changed and expanded my thoughts on inviting much more male-led protagonists into reading my mysteries. Now, I read some, but it was at a very limited number when it comes to female protagonist. And it's because I thought Adam Dalgliesh, I just really loved his, we're talking British mysteries, his calmness, his stoicisms, and combine that with his intelligence, combine that with the fact that he's a poet. So, you get a lot of that poetry in his dialogue, as you will, when it comes in conjunction with solving murders and when it comes in conjunction with interviewing suspects. There always was that bit of poetry to everything when it came to this series, and I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss reading these books back to back to back, or in over 10 years at this point, and being invited into that world of Adam Dalgliesh. And you couple that of his character with the fact that James always wrote her stories in a much more literary form. She wasn't disapproving of inviting much more prose and, like I said, poetry to her work, to the plotting, to the storytelling. And when you combine that additionally with the fact that she told some great puzzled mysteries, I couldn't resist. And you guys know that over the past years, I have been continuously coming up here saying that I'm reading this Adam Dalgliesh book this year, especially with March Mystery Madness. And I've always said I want to finish this series this year, and here I am finally doing it. Basically, in the month of June, I read The Murder Room, I read The Lighthouse, and I'm here at the final book, The Private Patient. So, yeah, I'm a little bit sorrowful right now because I don't want to let the series go, but it has to be read because I just want to launch forward into new books, new series, new voices, some that I put on the back burner. I'm thinking about picking up the Elizabeth George series next, because I only read the first 3 books of that series, but you know, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So, yeah, I'm on the last 50 pages of The Private Patient by P.D. James from Adam Dalgliesh, and I'm sad. I'm sad. It's funny because there's a bit of serendipity involved in this. Is because I first picked up Cover Her Face, the first book in the series, back in 2014, and that just happened to be in the same year that P.D. James passed away. And here we are, literally 10 years freaking later, that I'm finally closing out the book in 2024. So I cannot believe it. Like 2014 seemed like it was just yesterday to me, especially as somebody who's blogged his reading journey for 11 years now. Then I can easily go back and see, you know, where I was at reading wise and such back then, because it just seemed like yesterday. But that's all I really want to do, is come and share the fact that I'm closing out reading The Private Patient. We are off tomorrow for Juneteenth, and I'm immediately going to pick up another book, because there's no way I'm going to let an off day go without me having read a book, you know, in this quiet and solitude of my own bedroom with an air conditioner blowing. So I'm going to get out of nature here and upload this video, and, you know, I just want to share with you guys that this is where I'm at with my current reading. Yeah, it's a bit touching. Another thing I want to say is that I love the fact that I feel like the series is going to close on a good note, because Adam Dalgliesh finally found a woman, and this is like probably the one series in which the romance was so lightly done, so delicately done, so not over the top, over the border, that even I at one point was tearing up, was having a burning eye sensation when Adam Dalgliesh was showing some emotions toward this woman that he was falling in love with. That's gonna end on a good note. I already know, and that's what I'm happy about. That I'm happy that Adam, low-key, I have a crush on Adam Dalgliesh. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Low-key, I have a crush on Adam Dalgliesh. Like, that's just what it is. That's just kind of what it is. But anyway, as a matter of fact, I ended up finishing reading Tony Hillerman's Leaphorn and Chi series before this year as well, before his daughter picked up the series, and that touched me too. I was really sad to let that go, but I could still pick up with where his daughter picked up the series. And also last January, I finished reading the Elizabeth Peters Amelia Peabody series, Amelia Peabody and Emerson series last January. And that one, I actually did almost cry at the end of that. I still to this day miss those books and wish there were more. But that's it, guys. I just want to share that, and I'm swinging my arms around like a little child as I flutter around in nature. People be like, "Oh, I like your shirt." I'm like, I know it's R2D2, right? But I really just bought it from a thrift store, like, you know, because I just throw on clothes when I go out, come to work. Nature, it's so big. Bye. Y'all didn't come here for all that.